It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
We're outnumbering our guest. We have Chris DiStefano joining us on the telephone. Chris, can you hear me okay?
I'm here. I'm ready to go. What's going on?
Hi, Chris.
It's great talking to you. You got the tour up and running. Have you been able to get back on the road much in the last couple of years?
Yes, I have. I'm back out there. I'm one of those guys. I kind of came out immediately because I was living in a 300-square-foot apartment with 3 kids and 2 adults. So I was like, my life is hell. You know, I was like, honestly, I was like 2 weeks on a ventilator would be like going to Aruba. So I don't care at all. I'll just rather go out there. But yeah, dude, all those shows, I'm telling, and let me tell you something. Let me just let the fans know, if I'm on stage and you don't like a joke and you come and approach the stage, just know I take the stage very, very horny all day, every day. So just keep that in mind, because you'll get kissed on the lips, or you better have a poncho, because I'm coming full body fluids, baby. So
okay. You're a tough guy, though. I think if anyone takes a swing at you for a joke they don't like, I think you're to hit them back.
I would hit them back. I would hit them back, and honestly, man, but I would hit them back because it's 2022 right now. I would hit them back by assuming their gender pronouns or sending them an email in all caps lock.
Oh, you really hurt them.
Physical, because it's not about that.
Yeah, go for blood.
I'm just hoping this. I'm hoping this doesn't become a trend. I can see suddenly Comedy Central doing a bit of celebrity boxing with comedians. They got to be just sad.
I would love to beat some comedians' heads in. I would sign up for that immediately. That's the only way I'd actually ever go on Comedy Central again, is if they just let me box somebody.
I assume that as your career was beginning, they pronounced your name incorrectly every time?
Constantly. Or I'd constantly be called Mike DiStefano, who passed away, who was a great comedian.
Right.
I'd constantly be called Mike. Or a lot of times they would just give up. They'd be like, or they'd make it Greek. I got called Chris DiStefano a lot. Sounds like a turtle. But now they pretty much get it right, or call me Chrissy D or Christy, or something like that.
Now,
but,
you mentioned 3 kids. How old are the kids?
Okay, so I have an 11-year-old stepson, I have a 6-year-old daughter, and then a 9-month-old daughter. So I got full of kids, man.
So you really only have to love 2 of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. The third one, he sleeps in the garage. And it's just because, it's what it is. He's not paying rent, and, but it's fine. I feed him stuff once in a while, but.
Oh, good.
Now, Chris, you look very athletic. Were you a high school athlete or a college athlete?
I was a high school and college athlete, but Division III. So that's how is I look athletic, but when I take my shirt off, it's kind of a nightmare. I look like the melting candle from Beauty and the Beast when I take my shirt off. I mean, it is. I'm pudding. A casting director gave me the greatest line of all time once. He said, "You know what it is with you, Chris? You know why you're uncastable?" I said, "Oh, great. Please tell me." He said, "Because you have leading man face and best friend body."
That's a great line.
Well, that just says you're a handsome guy.
That's hilarious.
That's nice. I mean, you got halfway there.
A handsome guy with man boobs. That's what's in right now. Hey, I could just say I'm transitioning. I'll get every role.
Chris, what was your first national late night shows? Which one was the first one you got to do?
The very first one I got to do was David Letterman. And it was crazy because the other guest was John Travolta.
Wow.
And my mother was like fully more excited that she was going to get to meet John Travolta than, like, that's all she kept saying is, "I'm going to Letterman tonight, going to meet Travolta." I was like, "Yeah, your only child is also doing stand-up." And I remember they told me the morning of, I was just so clueless that I had to get a suit. Mm-hmm. So I went and just bought a suit right off the rack at Joseph A. Bank in Long Island. 3 sizes too big. I looked like I was wearing shoulder pads. Even Letterman was like, "Nice suit, buddy." I was like, "Thanks." and John Travolta, what the craziest thing was, this is 100% true. John Travolta was on, he was the guest before me. So I was going up next, and of course I was extremely nervous. And, John Travolta finishes his segment, then there's a 90-second commercial break, and he walks past me, John Travolta, and he goes, "Oh my goodness." He goes, "You have on a beautiful suit." I was like, "Thanks." It's from Joseph A. Bank. And he was like, okay. He was like, "Have you been on the show before?" And I said, no, I've never been on the show. He's like, wow. He's like, so this must be a big moment for you. I said, yes, it is. And then he put his hand right on my chest, like immediately on my chest. And he goes, oh, my goodness, your heart is beating so fast. I was like, well, it's because you're massaging my nipple. But and you know what he says to me? And it was actually amazing what he said. My mother was right there dying. He goes, here's the thing, Chris. I can tell you're nervous. He goes, you've done this already. I said, no, I haven't. I just told you I haven't been out there yet. It's my first time on TV. He said, no, you've done it. You've been vetted by Mr. Letterman. All these people had to make sure your set was okay. So the hard work is over. Now just go live your moment. Just go live your moment.
Great.
And I was like, oh, my goodness. And he literally calmed me down so much. And he said to me, he goes, I'm going to watch you live this moment. He goes, I had a fight to catch, but I'm going to watch you. And I want to see you take this all in because this is a beautiful experience. And he goes, I want to share in your positive energy. I was like, oh, my God. And with that, they call me out. And I really, it was the most relaxed set I've ever had in my life. To this day, I just felt like I was in the zone. And I couldn't, and it had a great set, and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to see the response." I get back to the green room, and it's just my mother. I was like, "Mom, where's John Travolta?" She goes, "He left immediately."
Well, he had done his work though.
Yeah.
I have the exact opposite story. We've had many comedians come in here, and Chick, do you remember the one where the guy's about to go on Johnny Carson, and they had a guy that would pull the curtain back for you?
Oh yeah.
And remember what he said to the guy?
No, it's
only your career, kid.
Only your career, kid.
That's all he said to him.
Luck.
So that's nice that Travolta was cool about it. That's right. Chris DiStefano was our guest. I'm sorry, Chris, I got to reintroduce you. On tour once again. Chris is one of my very favorite comedians. Chris was, we hung out in New York last time we were doing the show from the CBS studios there, and he took the time and trouble to come over, which I certainly appreciate, and we'll be heading to New York again once we get completely COVID-free. But I'm glad that you're able to go out there back and see the people. Just to go back to your Letterman show, do you by chance remember the first joke you told on the show?
The first joke. Well, the thing is, I don't remember the very first joke. The first joke was a little bit fumbled because, again, Travolta had just had his hand on my chest. So not only I was going out there relaxed, but I also had an erection. So
right.
Go down.
Yeah.
You're not wearing any underwear under your suit pants. So I went commando.
Go down.
What was the first joke? I might have immediately made fun of my accent, or I actually can't. Wow, that's crazy. It was one of the biggest moments of my career, and I can't even remember the first joke. Wow, nothing matters.
No, it really doesn't.
It was probably a set. You'd probably done that set. Well, what did they give you? 5 minutes, whatever. You'd probably done it 50 times before you went out there. So Travolta was right. You had already lived the moment in a way. But
well, you know what is another great learning lesson from that time is. So I kept auditioning with that 5 minutes at all the clubs in New York, and the booker Alex and this other woman would come and watch me every week for maybe 3 months. And every time with that 5 minute set, I would have a good set, and I would never get booked. Somebody else would get booked, or nobody would get booked. I would never get booked. And then I went one day and did the set. Again, you have to just do it robotically, and I bombed. I mean, a full zero. But I just stayed and did the 5 minutes, and I thought, well, I blew it now. They were here. I actually could see them out of the corner. I blew it, and I went and called my manager at the time. That as soon as I got home, and I said, hey, he goes, how was your day? I was like, I just blew it with Letterman. I bombed. He goes, that's interesting. He said, because I just got an email that you're booked next Thursday.
Wow.
And I was like, what? I'm booked next Thursday. How? And then when I got and did the show, I asked them. I brought that up to the bookers, and they said what we needed. They said we needed to make sure that you could fail comfortably. We needed to make sure that you were a professional about failing, because if anything went awry on television, it would be our necks if you imploded or cursed or did something or just stalled, and you proved to us that you can bomb like a professional. So that's why we have the confidence now that you're ready for the show. So I was like, wow. So that was a good lesson to just be like, sometimes it's the way you fail as a professional that really stands out.
And you won't upstage Dave.
Yeah.
with this kind of material. Chris, it's great talking to you. Chris DiStefano. Go see him wherever you are. Phoenix, Miami, Indy, Denver, Orlando. Go see him live and in person. And best of luck with the family, and we hope you get out of the 200 square foot apartment.
Thank you. And if you're in the front row of any of my shows, wear a poncho. That's all I'll say.
So it's like Gallagher too.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Chris. We'll see you.
See you, Chris.
We debuted the Bob and Tom Show Puppets a week or so ago, and this is their second appearance. Well, the way this is going to work is we have an Ace Cosby joke of the day as told by the Ace Cosby puppet.
All right.
And you'll be able to view this later on the Bob and Tom website if you're watching the live feed. How do you do that, Jess?
You can go to bobandtom.com/live to watch this live right now, or go to bobandtom.com later and watch it on various social media platforms.
We get to watch it now, though, right?
We get to watch it right now. And this is going to be a special bonus edition of Omaha Steaks Presents the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day.
I'm so excited.
Debuting a couple of the puppets. We're ready to rock here, fellas.
Yeah, boy, this is terrific.
Yes. What did the judge say when the skunk came into the courtroom?
Oh! What did the judge say when the skunk came into the courtroom?
Odor in the court.
Odor in the court. That'll be getting told in courts throughout the country.
Odor in the court.
Did you like the Josh puppet? Yes, Chick has his hand up.
Where's the chick puppet?
Here's the thing.
I was laughing.
Here's the thing. For example, Pablo Picasso's family has hundreds of paintings that have never been seen.
Certainly.
And they don't just release them all at the same time.
Okay.
It's not like a Netflix. You know what you do is you just release them one at a time. So
Chick, what are you complaining
wanna
about?
binge.
Me and Godwin haven't even been on the puppets yet.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And you guys are family.
wait till you see the Godwin puppet.
I can't control myself how excited and pleased and wonderful the puppets are.
Yeah, they're amazing.
I'm
Ace,
beside myself.
don't you like your puppet? Isn't he handsome?
He was very adorable.
He's wonderful. Yes, that's
You
a
did,
terrific
and you
puppet.
got the shade right. That was nice.
Chick,
Very nice.
earlier you hinted at that my dad can kind of withhold when talking about love he has for family members.
Certainly.
Can you not talk about your family the way you talk about stilts or puppets or the Andy Griffith Show? There's so many things in the world that you can express love towards.
That's a good point.
Okay.
I acknowledge that.
Thanks, Pop.
And Tom, to answer your question, I did like my puppet.
Yeah,
Appropriately salted and peppered.
the beard kind of salty and
Yeah.
His beard and hair look great.
It's funny, my hair is on the puppet is much thinner on the top than it is on the sides and back. Which
You
is,
think I did that on purpose?
no, it's very appropriate.
Conversely, my hair is way off on my puppet.
Well, it's a little too gray, isn't
It's
it?
way gray.
Yeah.
It's like almost white.
That's
Well,
all
no,
right.
Are you using a little what they call color back to get that?
That's
Look at those eyebrows on Josh puppet.
I look a little like Negan from The Walking Dead with it looks like a leather jacket as opposed to a Dickies work shirt.
Once
We were
again,
originally wearing that. I don't
You have like a
really-
mustache strap. On
once
your
again, the Christy puppet. Christy puppet's amazing.
Yeah. Now you'll be able to view the puppets. How do you get to see them now?
You can go to bobandtom.com/live and watch them, or we're going to have them on various social media platforms.
Well, there she is. Alli Breen has joined us, and of course, with Alli, you never know where she is. I can't tell by the
Hotel
background.
room.
Where are you, Alli?
Yeah, Ace guy. Hotel room. I'm out. Mike's filming some independent film in LA. I came out with him, so I'm out in LA for a couple days.
Okay, and where are you right now exactly? Are you in your hotel room?
Yeah, he's sleeping on the other side of the room, so I'm just facing the wall. And
Let's wake him up.
We don't have to wake him up.
All right.
No, the name of the show is Sexy Time. And Alli receives lots of letters. If you want to write her, if you have problems in the most intimate aspects of your relationships, or even the less so, it's ALLIBREEN. Alli Breen, what have we got today, Alli?
Dear Allie, my boyfriend kisses with his eyes wide open. Ooh, that's concerning when you open your eyes in the middle of kissing and someone's got their eyes open. I don't like that.
Oh.
Huh.
He does it every time?
Sounds like it.
That's still good.
Yeah, no, Josh, what is your policy with respect to glasses?
I usually start kissing with them on and then take them off as things get heavier.
Oh, that's sexy.
So
Nice whip off. Like,
Do you do you take them off and then put the stem in your mouth and do like a short analysis and then put them down as if the exegesis of the event?
You mean depending on what he's picked up?
The ratio of tongue movement to pressure of the lips is fantastic.
Yeah.
Or put them back if she's doing something particularly sexy.
I absolutely do.
A little close-up work.
oh,
And that usually gets kind of a laugh and I go, well, these glasses need to come back on, and it usually gets a laugh followed by a more vigorous performance.
oh.
Knowing
Get
that
you
they're
some rec specs like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wore. Kind of strap them around there. That way you can get as loose as you want to get.
Oh, those are cool.
Are your eyes wide open when you're doing your work then? And staring up at her like this guy is when he kisses her?
an alligator
Just like, yeah.
under the water. Yeah, I don't think I close my eyes during that. Yeah, maybe I will.
But this letter writer is disturbed because the eyes are open during kissing activity. What's your take on this, Allie?
My eyes are closed pretty much the whole time. I don't know. I don't think I don't like it. I don't know that it means he's a psychopath.
I don't think so either, but
yeah,
it is fascinating.
So the solution is what?
For her not to open her eyes. If you don't want to know that he's looking at you, just keep your eyes closed.
I think you do what you do in the Westerns when there's a dead body. They walk up and they put their fingers like this and shut the eyes.
Huh.
You know.
Or you could do something, you could just sexually go, close your eyes, baby. And then when he does, just keep kissing him.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think people who do kiss with open eyes, it's just a thing. I don't know that they're looking at anything.
Or before you kiss him, mace him.
There you go. Now they'll be tearful, red, but
little pepper spray.
Sure.
I'll shut my eyes, but I make this noise.
Yeah. Oh, that's got to be it. That's got to turn him on.
Once again, we've done good work here.
It throws a lot of people off.
Let's get to our next letter. It's a sexy time with Alli Breen. What have we got, Allie?
Dear Allie, I have been dating my boyfriend for over 2 years, and I really want to get married.
Oh.
He hasn't asked, and it's 2022. Should I just be the one to pop the question?
No, do not. I say no. But I say bring it up. You know, hey, what are your thoughts on marriage and stuff? you know?
Yeah.
But
then if he says,
you don't get the answer you want. It's
if he says something like, with you, then you've got trouble.
And then you'll hear him running across the floor, slamming the door, and peeling out.
2 years, you can absolutely bring it up. I don't think you need to propose to him.
Unless you're a little passionate in love, maybe, right?
No. Let him do it.
Now, what kind of proposal would you recommend, Allie, if you think about this?
God.
Do you want the comic one where they put a ring in the pudding and then there's dental work coming up?
Oh, that's a nice dinner, isn't it? Where pudding is dessert.
Fancy places.
More pudding. Oh, it looks romantic over here.
The cafeteria that I go to has great chocolate pudding. And you know, I relive my childhood. I get the Jell-O and then I get the chocolate pudding.
Dear Allie, I went out with a guy and I knew it was going to be a really bad date. He was making off-color jokes and he was very arrogant. I made it through the appetizer, but when my meal came, I told my waiter to wrap it up, and then I just called and I left. He's telling everyone that I'm crazy, but why should I stay and put up with that behavior? Should I have forced myself to stay through dinner?
No, I love this move.
Yeah, get out of there.
And the fact he calls you crazy is because he's crazy.
Exactly. Good for you.
So wait a second. Did you pay for your food to go or stiff this guy with it?
Perhaps she should have wrapped it up in some way, like, I really don't care for this date, and I care even less for you. Thanks for coming out, but I'm going to go home now, and left.
Yeah,
Instead of
there's a chance she may have.
No, I'm sorry. I thought she wrapped up the food.
The Irish goodbye.
Oh,
yeah, she got the food to go.
Yeah, she got the food to go.
And said, this is all. And did it say how she ended the date? Did she just leave?
Yeah, it sounds like she just up and left. I don't think she said a word. I think she just did it through the waiter, like, get this to go. Took off.
Yeah.
Leave the check, take the cannoli.
Oh, good for her.
It used to be you would make an excuse, like your friend would call you and be like, oh my God, my friend just broke her leg and I need to get out of here quickly. I like that she just boldly was like, see ya.
Me
You
too.
suck.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get to our next letter. Once again, it's Sexy Time with Alli Breen.
Dear Allie, my friend's husband is a handyman, and I'm newly single and constantly need little things done around the house.
Oh, yeah.
We're pretty close, and now that I keep asking her husband to do stuff for me since my boyfriend can't do it, she's starting to get annoyed. I think it's selfish that she won't share him. Which one of us are right and which one of us is wrong?
Okay, you skipped a little bit there, so I'm unclear on what happened. So
Me too.
This guy is a professional handyman, and it's her friend's husband, and her friend is annoyed because she's actually employing him.
Not employing, but just making him do favors for
Yeah,
her.
it's taking advantage a little
Yeah,
bit. Like you've got to. It's one thing to ask one time, but if you're constantly doing it, you
got to pay the
there's
guy.
a line.
That's what he does for a living, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It used to be that her boyfriend would do this stuff, I think. And since she's not with her boyfriend anymore, she thinks that this guy should automatically come and help her out.
Yeah, I heard what you heard, Pat.
I heard it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and the wife's probably like, I know what you're doing. I get it. You're needing a man and you're whatever, but like stop. Because she's probably might be a little flirty, right?
Yeah, maybe she should move to a better apartment where she just need a handyman every 2 minutes.
And
like
have her say, look, he's my man. Have her do that a lot. That'll help.
Okay, good.
Is that how she's going to say it there?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
He's my man.
What just happened, but apparently Aretha Franklin's sister just walked in.
Throw a bitch in there. Hey, he's my man, bitch.
Okay.
Something like that.
Or at least all
That's sound advice, Jake.
Don't you dare try to take my man, bitch.
There you have it.
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker. If you just like that video, then do your part. Like and subscribe. You have to. It's state law.